Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yes, as we were saying in part two of this, looking at 2004 outstanding events and challenges for our community, Imam Muhammad, and our community. As I was saying in part two, here, taking notice here, May 29th, at this tribute to Imam Muhammad, Imam W.D. Muhammad Black Tie Appreciation Banquet. It was 29 years of his leadership at that time, and then we know 2005. 2005 was the like I say, we know 2005 would have been 30 years of leadership. But anyway, here May 29th, as I was saying, while we was here on that weekend, our brother Imam Ali Muslim passed away at the event on that weekend in Chicago. And as you know, he was a loyal soldier of Imam Muhammad. As I say, he went through blazing fire for the Imam. The Imam loved him, and he was solid, felt comfortable with him. And it was a shock to all of us. And Imam Muhammad is a human being with human sentiments. He was shocked as well that suddenly he passed, and it was at this event in Chicago, right? And as I pointed out, for me, the last time I spoke to Imam Ali Muslim was 2 weeks before that event. It was concerning this event here of the Imam coming to Newark and at Rutgers and having me to give the public address. And like I say, I'd got advice from Ali Muslim. So 2 weeks after that was the event there in Chicago. Now, I'm emphasizing this because Imam Muhammad, and for all of us who have human sentiments, love and appreciation, happiness, sadness, the human excellence, but never beyond that. Muhammad, the Prophet ﷺ, was told to say, I'm immortal just like you. So just bringing this back, we know that it had an impact on Imam Muhammad to lose a soldier and a brother like this, and then there at the event showing appreciation for Imam Muhammad. And even for myself, the last time I saw Imam Ali Muslim there, I might have greeted him, but the last time I actually spoke with him was on the 16th of May. Now, I'm doing all this, and I'm trying to go somewhere we can wrap this up. I done went quite a while, and we're on part 3. I didn't want it to go that long. But I'm showing you these pictures. Here was Imam Ali Muslim. I showed it already at Masjid Ibrahim, myself, Imam Muhammad, etc. on May 29th. And like you know, there's definitely pictures and just the Imam and Ali Muslim. But my point I'm also making here, as I'm going to show you, that on this weekend, and I showed you already, which was the 29th, 2004, on the 29th of May, a year before that, and I'm just mentioning that, I find it interesting that a year before that, on May 29th, 2003, is when Imam Muhammad came to Masjid Ibrahim, and when you see these pictures of us together with Imam Ali Muslim, it was exactly that time. And as I pointed out before, and I'm trying to get somewhere, and I'm going to get there, and thank you for your patience. Right here, you see, at Masjid Ibrahim, I just found that interesting on exactly a year later, May 29th, and also 2 weeks after the presentation there in Newark at Rutgers, and he gave me some advice, Imam Ali Muslim. Okay, but I'm trying to get somewhere. We're going to get there in a few minutes, but I'm emphasizing now the humanity the human excellence, the human sentiments of Imam Muhammad like any other human being. And he emphasized that, right? So when that comes into play, I'm emphasizing how I'm sure this had an impact on Imam Muhammad like it would for anyone who had a close companion, someone working along with them and known them for so many years, a soldier who had his back, etc. So here I'm just bringing out the human sentiments, how Imam may have felt, and we know how he felt, and then he came up to Newark and did the janazah. So now I just want to play something just to bring us back to that reality. And I'm doing this so that the love that we have for Imam Muhammad may even be an emphasis and may even be stronger when we look at the sacrifices as a human being, not an angel, not a robot, and the things that he went through on our behalf, but as a human being continued to keep doing what he was doing.
To you, just as the prophet would say to you, I'm not here to watch all of your, preside over all of your disputes. I'm not God, I'm a human being. To preside over all of your disputes. I'm not God, I'm a human being.
I played that little clip from the 10-year anniversary where the Imam made it clear to us, that I was just using it here to remind us that he's a human being. He's not God, he's not a robot. And this isn't in response to people who say, oh, y'all treat him like he's this. I'm just trying to make that point that as a human being, we know he had feelings for all human beings. And in this case, just emphasizing how this, I'm sure, impacted on Imam Muhammad as a normal human being to lose this brother on that date down there in Chicago at that time. Now I'm getting to a bigger point that ties in. Remember, this is 2004, and I have it as a title as Outstanding Events and Challenges for our community. But it really challenges for Imam Muhammad that even under these circumstances, how he continued to do what he had to do. Okay, now moving forward, after this here, as far as myself and what happened on May 16th and here, and the year goes on. So in August, after we had Imam Ali Muslim Janazah, etc., in Newark, in August, I went down to Chicago with my two sons, Mustafa and Mansa, on a vacation for them. Like, I've been going to Chicago. They never been there. They was about 14 years old. All this is going to tie in. So we go there and we go for the first Sunday while we're there for about a week. Vacation, they getting on the boats, etc., the Michigan water, all of that, right? Lake Michigan, I believe. So anyway, real quickly. So I say to them, we go to the first Sunday in August, on August 1st, 2004. We tie all this together. And I say, hey, maybe you'll get a chance to meet and greet the Imam. So we're in there and we listen to the lecture, the talk, the presentation, the wisdom. And after it's over with, and you could go get the video, after it's over with, a brother gets up and announces, Imam Muhammad won't be meeting anyone or greeting anyone. He has to go out right away. He has some other meetings, etc. So my sons are 14. I look at them. I say, well, everything will be all right. I guess it wasn't meant to be. So we go get something to eat, and we go to a movie right in that area. But the movie we want to see is not playing. So we end up in Calumet City, right? At a movie theater. This is interesting. Okay, now to show you something here. So when we go to the movies, my two sons in Chicago, and here are the 3 tickets, right? Here are the 3 tickets. All right? Here are the 3 tickets. And I'm going to pull it up close. So you see we're going to see Born Supremacy, whatever, 8104 at 7:15 p.m., right? You see the date. So here's the interesting thing. After we come out of the movie at 10 o'clock, who do we see? This is in the movie theater. Standing in the movie theater with his son Muhammad. Imam Muhammad. And I say to him, "Oh, this is strange." And I look at my sons, there you go. So they get a chance to shake his hand, meet him, have a little exchange with him. And he asked me, "What movie did we go see?" I told him what it was. And I said, "My sons, we're on vacation." So he said, "Yeah, make sure they go get on the boats, this, that, and the other." And I remember the conversation, and he has his son Muhammad with him. And I said, "Yeah, I read the article about Muhammad. He liked the helicopters." I said, "Well, my brother in Newark, he flies helicopters now." And I'm going to tell you something interesting. I forgot that I had made note of that, right? And here's my scribble sketch right here. I found this the other day. Look at that. On August 1st, 2004, I ran into Imam W.D. Muhammad at the Lowe's Theater in Chicago, Calumet City, around 10 o'clock after that movie. I had my 2 sons, Mustafa and Mansa, with me. They greeted him and shook his hand. He had his son Muhammad with him. That's a note I wrote back then. And alhamdulillah, I just came across that. So what do I tell them? I say, well, it was meant by Allah. And you know the brother stood up. You can pull that video first Sunday. Imam can't speak with no one. And lo and behold, we meet him at a movie theater, going to see a movie with his son. So you see how I'm emphasizing the point? Imam Muhammad, good person, common, regular brother who felt more comfortable just doing who he is, right? Never acted like a big shot. Naturally, he did what he had to do when he had the public programs and all of that. So keeping in mind where we're going, a mortal just like us, a beautiful person. And although we put the emphasis was on the knowledge and the achievement and all of that, but the human side that had love, affection, that had tears and happiness, joy, etc., right? Go out to eat. I'm telling you, I'm from Newark. What was the chances of me going down there and running into him in the movie? And of course, I said, it's kind of strange. So we exchanged a few words, and then he went on in to see his movie, and we left. So now, this is August 1st. Now, from there, we know our convention, right? It's the end of August. The convention is the end of August and starting September. Now, we're going to show what happened in relations to Imam Muhammad. That's why I say outstanding events and challenges. Now, we know he lost a soldier in Chicago on his watch, etc., right? Now, I'm going to show you something to bring this home. Okay, now, you see what this Muslim journal says here? And you see the date of this, September 10th. But you see what this says. A week before the convention, Imam Muhammad lost his son, Sadruddin, we call him Sadi. And you see that Sadi is laid to rest. Imam Muhammad, a week before the convention. We're talking human life, human sentiments. So we can imagine how he felt, right? This is his youngest son, by Sister Shirley, right? Muhammad, we know, is his youngest, but this was his youngest son by Sister Shelley, right? Cedradine, right? A week before the convention. This is August. Now, he lost Ali Muslim, right? But here's his blood. Now, this is on the front page of the Muslim Journal. You may not have known that. Now, this is a week before the convention. And we know no matter how organized or unorganized the convention may be or whatever, the buck stops with the leader, right? If it's good, he get credit for it. If it's not, so he had to hold himself together. And we went on with the convention. But this is a challenge. This is a week before the convention that he lost his youngest son. And according to the report that we heard at that, I can be corrected. But just to drive the point home is that he had driven his son home. Their relationship was getting stronger. And when he dropped him off that evening, by the next day, he got word that his son had got killed in an accident, automobile accident, while he was riding a bike. Now, I'm just pointing this out. This is 2004 when I'm saying the human. So Muhammad, the Prophet Islam, is reported when he lost Ibrahim, and we don't have to say that he cried. He has tears. So on a human level, and he wasn't a robot. So we had the wisdom, all that was great, but what kind of person? And so the love for this man. And then he had to go ahead. He couldn't cancel the convention, and he still was the central point of the convention, right? So this is what I've been building to. Now look at this here. Saudi laid to rest on August 26th. The convention starts around on August 31st, 2004. And look, everybody's there. All of us, I'm not there, but all of them are there. I don't think if I had made it down to that. And this is, the janazah is the 24th. Now, Imam Muhammad is not single in terms of not connected, right? It's family. The mother, the sisters, the brothers, all of them are feeling this. And who's the focus on? Imam W.D. Muhammad. So I'm trying to stress this point. So now you see why I played that clip where the Imam said, I'm not God, I'm a human being. And even though, that might have been a certain context, we're doing that to bring to our mind that, yes, he was a human being just like us. And so for the achievements that he made as a human being, not as a special creature or angel or robot, but not only that, for us to know this, our love for the Imam, the affection, the sacrifices that he made, and didn't bog us down with that. And then, as you know, this is 2004. Just a year before that, 2003, he resigned or stepped down as the leader of the American Society of Muslims because people backstabbing him and aggravating him, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so this is where I was trying to get in terms of outstanding events in 2004, right? A lot of them. But here, within 3 months, look what he lost. Look what happened. Someone died, Ali Muslim, in Chicago at his program. Then, from May, after the janazah, June, to August, a week before the convention. So I'm going to, and the Imam tell us that the most important part of the convention is the Jummah. Out of the whole weekend, the most important part is the Jummah. So I'm going to play a little clip from the Jummah. And at the Jummah, before I roll it up to the beginning, I'm going to play something that he said there to tie in and emphasizing the human potential, the human excellence, but also to know and always see our leader, a former leader who has passed, to see him, our leader, our current, will be our leader forever, right? So even if we did have a new leader, they won't be a replacement of Imam Muhammad. They'll have to be their own self to know and see some of the things on a human level, and we can appreciate him, his sentiments. I tell you, a kind-hearted, good person that went to the movie, went to the market, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to play that clip.